Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the sprint. Let me just check if we are live. Yes, we're live. Okay, I will just do my usual sharing on social so more people could join. Let me just share. Done. Okay, getting the link. What is everyone going to be reading tonight? You can share while I am sharing the link to the live stream. I know Bea is here, and Early Bird, yes, you are. And you will be going to listen to Under Lock by Mariana Zapata. Okay, I'm assuming this is a romance book because it's you. How are you liking it so far? And are you just about to start reading it? Or are you in the middle of the book before joining the sprint? Okay, shares. Okay. Hi, other Pam. Good evening. I'll be reading The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Laurie Gilmore. So, wait, is this the sequel to the spicy one? As in, like, the cinnamon something. Wait. You know what? I'll just search for it. Cinnamon. Or pumpkin spice something. Is it the sequel to this one? Or totally different? Okay. It is the same author, same series. Okay. Because what I heard is that while that book looks cozy, it's spicy. That's what I heard. I thought it was just going to be like a cozy romance book. But here we are. How are you liking it? And are you just about to start Cinnamon Bun Bookstore? Yeah, the third Pam who I met last week. It was just last week, right? Like last Saturday. I keep forgetting now. Because like April 26th. Yeah. Last Saturday. Yes, it's a romance book, of course. It's you. Pam says, Hi Bea. Currently in chapter 17 of Under Lock. I will be at least on 2 to 3 sprints since 5 a.m. duty. Go bukas. Oof, it's so early. So early, oh my gosh. Well, I also kind of like wake up super early when I do go to the office on Tuesdays. Like, I wake up at around 5 and then I get there at around like 10. That's like 5 hours of my life wasted in like getting ready for work and then like commuting and stuff. Hi, Grace. Welcome to the sprint. Good morning to you. Good evening to us because it's currently 7:35 in the Philippines. I'll be listening to Wild Dark Shore during sprints. Currently 39% in. Okay, let me search Wild Dark Shore. Is it the one by Charlotte McConaughey? McConaughey, right? Oh, I have seen this cover. I think I saw this from Books and Lala. I think she liked it. Let me check. Did she? I see Gabby from Gabby Reads have liked it. Because I remember I saw this already. Like I saw this from someone, like a channel, and they really loved it. It's a mystery thriller. A family on a remote island, a mysterious woman washed ashore, a rising storm on the horizon. So how are you liking it so far? How is the audio as well? Yeah, the pumpkin. Yeah. I was correct. I'm assuming this is you reacting to it being spicy. You're liking the humor so far compared to pumpkin spice. Just 11% in. Are you just reading with your eyes or are you also listening to the audiobook? Hi, Jen! You made it! You can experience the reading sprints already. So I will explain how the sprints go once I've set up the sprint screen. So basically, at least for my sprints, I do four intervals, as in 4 sprints with 40 minutes each. So sometimes it varies. Like for example, the last sprint that I did, I really wanted to finish Sunrise and the Reaping. I don't know if you're hearing the dogs, but they're going wild right now, and those aren't my dogs. I really wanted to finish Sunrise and the Reaping, so we went beyond the usual 4 sprints just for me to finish it. So we did 5 sprints that time. And I was able to finish it at like the 20-minute mark or like the 15-minute mark. And I was crying during that sprint because I was reading Sunrise. And what I did was like, since I was done reading, I just filmed myself like my thoughts about the book. So the sprints aren't strictly for reading. There have been times where I would do like editing my video as long as it's productive. And some of the people who join as well either are working, doing other tasks, cleaning their room, making breakfast, etc. So yeah, that's the essence of the sprints. Grace says yes, you're liking it. Jen is currently reading Wayang Alimango. Very early in pa lang. About to go into chapter 6 out of 20. So how far do you want to get tonight in your book? At least for me. So I am reading Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. So this is the book of the month, April book of the month of Talk Bookish to Me. And I know they're about to have the discussion for this one very soon, like this weekend. So I really, really am liking it. It's just a matter of like not having enough time to finish it. But I am 75% through the book. And I was initially listening to the audiobook as well, but the hold in the library expired. So I'm like, I thought I had enough time because like I was able to borrow it for like 20 days from Libby, but the hold expired. So I have to make do with just the Kindle version. Reading with just your eyes. Hi, June. Welcome to this friend. Ooh, the new Emily Henry book. You're reading Great Big Beautiful Life. Enjoy your reading. Yes. So with that, as more people join the sprint, let me set up sprint number 1 so we can get a lot of reading done. And again, we're going to do 40 minutes for all of our sprints. And once the 40 minutes is up, we're going to have 8 minutes of chatting after that. And do have a video that's going to be playing. It's just, like rain sounds, someone studying, etc. So I will see you in 40 minutes, everyone. Happy reading. Hi again, friends. How was sprint number 1 for you? As for me, I got to 82% of the book. So I started at 75. I started 75, so that's roughly 7% of the book that I read. Hopefully, I really make a dent on this book, like almost done. That even after the sprints, I would still continue reading and hopefully finish it. So anyway, how is everyone else's? Let me just read through the comments. Hey, I stopped at okay, Jen's. Jen says, I feel like I can finish it in the first sprint. Big words. Anyway, I haven't tried any Abby Jimenez yet. Happy reading. Yes, this is also, I actually also didn't have a chance to read other Abby Jimenez books. And this is my first one. And it just so happened that it was the book of the month for Talk Bookish to me. So I was like, okay, you know what? This is the perfect time for that. Pam, the other Pam, the third Pam, says, happy reading, everyone. Hi, Vanna. Welcome to the sprint. You are reading The Poppy War. Oof, good luck. Did you just start Poppy War tonight, or were you in the middle of reading it before you joined the sprints? Hi, Rouge. Welcome back to the sprint. So nice to see you here. Hello, everyone. How are we all? I just joined, and I'll be reading If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nowlin. And I'm enjoying it so far. I'm 227 into it, and there's 391 pages overall, so not so bad. Yeah, that's a little over 100 more pages to go. Wait, let me search this one. If He Had Been With Me. This sounds like a thriller book. He Had Been With Me. Or a romance one, either of the two. Ooh, I am completely off. This is a contemporary young adult romance book that's been released back in 2013. It's a coming of age book as well. Does this come with is this tackling mental health, Rouge? And I'm glad that you're liking it though. Especially since I started this book yesterday and I nearly read all of it in one day. I love short chapters. Yes. Gotta agree with short chapters. There's this a magic with short chapters where even if it's a long ass book, but once it has short chapters, it's you're still reading it fast. So there's just something about short chapters, and I gotta agree. Grace is 48% into Wild Dark Shore. If I'm not mistaken, you started at 39%. Okay, 39%. That's good progress. That's good progress. Almost halfway through your book. Bea stopped in the middle of chapter 18. That's progress. Each chapter is long. Total opposite of what Rouge just mentioned. But how are you liking it so far, though? Jen says, Fabulous. Covered chapter 6 to 12. That's good. That's 6 chapters. Wait, Jen, what are you reading again? You are reading... Wayang Alimag. Okay. I think you are going to be able to finish this tonight, maybe. Because like you said, there are 20 chapters to the book, and you're already at 12. So maybe the next sprint you'd be able to finish it. Pam says, started at 11%, now at 21. I grabbed some snacks too during sprint number 1. Everybody's reading fast, and that's just sprint number 1. That's good. Vanna says, I started this morning. I'm 100 pages in right now. I know it will be devastating. I'm prepared. Okay. That was me. That was me with Sunrise and the Reaping. I thought I was prepared, but I wasn't. But I haven't continued with the series yet, as in like reading Dragon Republic and what's the last one? The purple one? Dragon Republic, War. I just know it's a purple book. I love short chapters too, like a built Pomodoro. Yes. So it's sometimes it doesn't make sense to me when like a thriller book, especially that has like different POVs, have like long chapters. I'm like, what are you yapping about? Why is this chapter so long? So yeah, I love short chapters because like it just feels like you're reading the book so fast. John says, I think I read slower kapag Tagalog or Filipino. I had to Google a few unfamiliar words. I think since we're okay, so I think to give context to the audience, so Tagalog Filipino is our language here in the Philippines, and since we have been conquered by like Westerners and stuff, um, the teaching English has been part of our school's curriculum from childhood, as in like from when we just started schooling at like kindergarten or like preparatory. English has always been there as like a subject, and Filipino is too. But like I think I give that context because what Jen is talking about is kind of relatable for me. Like, yeah, I am from Bulacan, which is a province in the Philippines, and our main language is Tagalog. And while I think I can understand deeper Filipino words, it's not the same for everyone else. Like for other readers who also have been mostly reading in English. So this makes total sense, and it's a sad truth, honestly. Yeah, Kalimbahan is pink. And to be fair, um, we've always described colors in English. Rarely do we like have or rarely do we use Tagalog words for colors unless it's easy like pula for red, dilaw for yellow, puti for white, and those are like the common words for the colors. So and even what's kahel? Kahel I think is orange, if I'm not mistaken. And just in time for our timer, our chat timer. I feel like time is going fast during our sprints, but that means we can get to sprint number 2. And again, we will be reading for 40 minutes. And I feel like a lot of you would read fast again for sprint number 2. Maybe Jen will finish Wayang Animado. But let's see. After 40 minutes, I'll see you guys again after 40 minutes and we'll chat by then. Happy reading! Hello, friends. How was sprint number 2? As for me, I was able to get to 91% of just for the summer. We're getting to the, what do you call this? We're getting to the part where there's conflict. So I think this is the last act conflict, and then we'll get to, the making up and whatever. I am liking it still. Um, I think it's heavier than I thought it would be. Like, it's really heavy on the mental health side of things. Like, we're dealing with actors who are unstable, who need help, who need professional help. So it's pretty heavy. But I think that's also one of the things that I love about Just for the Summer. Like, it deals with real stuff. So anyway, I will go through some of the comments. I think I stopped at, okay, Rouge. Sorry though, I got distracted with cleaning, so I missed the chatty bit. But yeah, I thought if he had been with me, it was a thriller too, based on the cover, but it's very much the opposite. Opposite how? For the first 100 pages, I felt nothing for the story of the characters, but something happened in the book that made me feel something, like a spark. So I've been slowly enjoying it ever since. If he had been with me, it's a very slow book, and it follows our main characters throughout their high school and maybe beyond experience. But I think I figured out why I didn't enjoy it at first. I think it's because I had a completely different high school experience from what I'm reading, so I couldn't relate to it, to a lot of it. But the talks about mental health and some other stuff, I can relate to. That this one makes total sense. Like, if it's not an experienced what do you call this situation, it could be hard to relate. But I think the more that I read books that are outside of my experience, um I think I've learned to like practice empathy, or like, because like you don't always have to relate to what you're reading, to the characters, to the author, to the situation. So I digress, but I do understand where you're coming from, Rouge. Totally get it. And how far are you in with the book now that we're done with sprint number 2? Hi, Keith. Welcome back to the sprint. You are working, so this will be a productivity sprint for me. Saying I was able to watch your interview live, so book chicas, I'll catch up later. Well, the video is still up, so you can watch it during your free time. Wait, what was this again? Was my first Abby Jimenez. I hope you like it. What's this one? Abby Jimenez. What's this book? Starts with an I. Abby Jimenez. Is it the Impossible Meet Cute? Wait. Huh, is this a Abby Jimenez book? Sometimes I mix her up with Emily Henry. What book is this? Starts with an I. Just for the summer. Unless it's just for the summer. JFTS, yeah, just for the summer. Jumping right into Puppy War after Sunrise of the Reaping. You've read Sunrise of the Reaping? Girl, why are you reading traumatic books back to back? Are you okay? I wasn't that devastated. I'm looking for more. Oh my gosh. Sunrise on the Reaping ruined me. Hi, Devon. Good morning from Florida. Good evening from the Philippines. It's 9:14 currently. I love the emojis. The trees and the crocodile, the random crocodile. Hi, Claude. Welcome to the spread. You are reading Sunrise on the Reaping. Finally, after a lot of convincing, and I know that you recently just watched Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Good luck with Sunrise, girl. We are here. The chat is open, and I think you have messaged in the group chat, but I just haven't checked it yet. I'm assuming you have encountered some deaths already. Because like it picks up around like the halfway mark of the book in terms of like where the games start. So it has a pretty long introduction to like the pre-games preparation. Bea made it to chapter 19. That's good. How many chapters are there? The slow burn is slow burning. So, chat. Does anyone here also love slow burns? I think I don't know if I have or I still have the patience for slow burn. I think it depends on the story, it depends on the plot, but like I feel like I'm too impatient right now. Like now that I'm older, I feel like I'm too impatient. I feel like I'm always in the rush. But I think that's a me problem. That's a me problem. That's a reflection of me, not the book itself. I rarely enjoy motorcycle romance. Oh, it's a motorcycle romance. Another genre of romance that I haven't gotten into. Rouge says, I made some late lunch, finished cleaning my room. Now I'm just getting mentally prepared to do my Instagram live at 3:30 my time. So, what is the Instagram live about? Can we watch it? But if it's 3:30 your time, I might be already asleep by then. But good luck to your live stream. I know you're gonna do great. Excited to get it. Yes. So I am loving it so far. I had to look for the audiobook on Spotify because I feel like I couldn't make it with just reading with my eyes because like the audiobook narration is good. So I feel like I needed that. Jen got to 91%. I finished mine. Oh wait, me. Okay, I thought it was you. You finished mine now with 10 minutes to spare a while ago. I squeezed in some chores, washed dishes. That's great. Still very productive. How was Wayang Alimagnum? How are you rating it? Are you going to be posting your review soon? Says, yeah, I agree. Just for the summer is indeed heavy when it comes with mental. Yes, I am. And I'm getting to the part where one character goes to one character. And I'm going to keep it at that because like we have people here who haven't read it yet. And I'm like, finally, we're getting to that. Jen says, hi to Keith and Bana. I didn't read any for sprint number 2. I cooked dinner and ate. That's totally okay. Still very productive. Cooked dinner and ate. Good for you. We still have 2 more sprints to go, so you could read by then. Rouge says, a month-long readathon for the month to celebrate 17th anniversary. Oh, that's so nice. I remember, I know armies are still, as in for BTS, are still active with this one. Like they do monthly book of the month, but I just haven't been participating because like it's so hard to keep up. Like in general, so hard to keep up because like I'm in a lot of Discord channels. I am part of different groups. I do have like TBRs that I want to get to without like it belonging to like a book tour or like being sent by a publisher, so I have to post about it. So hard to catch up, but good for you. You're doing a monthly readathon and you're the one hosting it. Mariana Zapata's books are so thick. I don't think I will have the patience and good decision in me listening to the audiobook. Oh, is it like a romance book that's more than 400? Because like I also wouldn't have the patience for it. Okay, I'll read a few more comments and then we get to sprint number 3. I've been trying to separate my own experience with high school from what I'm reading, and I've been enjoying it. And I'm sad to say that I didn't read anything that's totally okay. Like, please don't take this as like a pressure to read. More of like, we're here to read and be productive, but like, don't put pressure on yourself. I am not pressuring you. You do whatever you want. We're still gonna be here, and we're gonna do 2 more sprints anyway. I will watch your interview replay. Thanks, Bea. Grace got into 51% of Wild Dark Shore. How are you loving it? Because like I'm really curious about Wild Dark Shore. Claude is almost halfway through. Thunders of the Reaping, and I'm getting more and more intrigued. At least what you're feeling now is intrigue and not pain yet. So I wish you luck, girl. And my routine is sort of a quick workout to get my steps in. Good for you. I need to have this kind of motivation back again because like my dumbbells are like staring at me there. Because like do I do go to the gym, but when I'm at home, I don't work out. I used to, but like I have to get back on that. I think it's because it's summer here in the Philippines. It's so fucking hot. I'm like already sweating before like doing workouts. So anyway, let's get to sprint number three. I'll go through some of the comments later after sprint number three, just so we can get a lot of reading done and a lot of productive things done. And I will see you all in 40 minutes. I think I will be done with Just for the Summer by the time that sprint number three is done. So let's get right into it. See you in 40. Hello, friends. How was sprint number 3? I'm so sorry. I forgot to turn on the audio. I was like, why is it so quiet? And then I realized because like I had the audiobook on, so I didn't realize I wasn't able to properly click on it. But I finished just for the summer. Um I kind of got teared up with like a certain part of the book, and like it was like the talk about love that really, got me there. One of the characters was talking about like what kind of love or what real love is supposed to feel like, and I'm like, preach it, bro. But anyway, I finished it. I liked it. I think I'm giving it like 4.5 stars. It's definitely one of those books that's gonna stay with you. And I listened until the end where there's like a book guide, or like there was a Q&A part with Abby Jimenez, and it was actually her that I think was answering in the audio, so that's an added bonus. I'm gonna read through some of the comments. Rouge says, I own Sunrise and the Reaping. I'm nervous, especially because I didn't love the Ballad of Songbirds and Snake. Totally, I understand, but the first time I also read Ballad, I didn't like it. At the time that I was reading it, I think I had like the prejudice or like this thought in my head, like I haven't even started reading it, but I don't like the idea of it being in Snow's perspective because it wasn't what I wanted. But like the second time I read Ballad, I understand the point that Suzanne was coming across. But Sunrise on the Reaping is on a totally different level. It's not even comparable with a Ballad of Songbirds. Like Sunrise on the Reaping is my favorite Hunger Games, I think, Hunger Games book ever so far. Oh, good night, Bea. Have duty tomorrow. Good night, Bea. Thank you for dropping by and for joining the first 2 sprints. Want to read Wild Dark Shore? Yeah, I've heard. I still can't remember who the creator was, but like I think it was Books and Lala, and she liked this. The slow burn has to be done right, but I do like some. Yeah, I feel like if it's too dragged on, where it's starting to feel repetitive, that's where I'm like, you know what? I do not like this slow burn. I live in the UK, so it's currently 2:17, and the live is to kick off my readathon. Wait, so has the live stream started, Rouge? Good luck though. Currently at 68% of Sunrise on the Reaping. I find it hard to pick up. I'm afraid to turn the pages. You are 68% through, so you are already in the part where the action is already starting. So yeah. Jen says Wayang was fun, and I like the stepdaughter stepmom representation that is actually wholesome. I'm actually really looking forward to reading Wayang Alimagnum. I did a haul video today, and it's really fun. Like, it looks really fun, and it's middle grade. I'm glad that you liked it, though. Devons, I forgot. I'll be revealing my May Sunfire Udathon and YouTube probably Monday. Ooh, okay. I am subscribed to your channel, so I should be able to see that when you finally uploaded it. But sci-fi readathon. So I'm assuming you're only gonna read sci-fi throughout the whole month. My readathon is called 17athon. And yeah, I'm hosting it. I'm a bit scared because I've never hosted anything before, but it'll be fine. Yes, you don't have to be scared, but understandable why. And as long as you're passionate about it, no matter the outcome, you're gonna be happy that you did it, that you tried it anyway. Like it's the journey, not the destination. I want to try and do some reading in the next sprint to relax myself before I go live. I hope you were able to. Hi, Elena. Welcome back to the sprint. Cannot stay because of work going on today at my program. No worries. Thank you so much for dropping by. Have to get ready now. Tomorrow is Friday. Yes, but not for me because that means tomorrow we're going back to work. Hi, Louie. Welcome back to this friend. You are joining sprint number 3. We'll now watch PBB in a bit. So Big Brother. You're watching Big Brother. Rouge is currently on page 272 out of 399 of your book. And I'm finding more and more things that Autumn, the main character, feels and thinks that I'm relating to so much. Is this a good thing? Or like, is it a triggering thing? Currently reading Vicious by V. Schwab because to be fair though, I haven't read it yet. I haven't read a V. Schwab book, to be honest. Like I have A Darker Shade of Magic and I do want to read Vicious, like the series. I haven't done it yet. It reminds me of Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, but so far I like Dark Matter more. Isn't Dark Matter like the thriller sci-fi-ish book, which I also have on my TBR actually. Raises 56% into Wild Dark Shore. Oh, it's good. It's more than halfway. It's really good progress. Rouge, I might not be fully relating to the high school stuff, but I am relating to the mental health representation. I think I could say the same with Just for the Summer. I mentioned earlier that it had to tackle like mental health issues of some characters, and I like that the part of the Q&A, Abby Jimenez actually consulted with practitioners, with professionals, so that the representation will be handled deliberately and like with care and with a certain level of accuracy, and I love that. 35% in, I finally reached the spicy part, girl. That's just 35% in, and there's already spice. That's good. I'll read it after my readathon because I don't think it can fit any of my prompts. Are you referring to Just for the Summer? Okay. What are you going to read next? Okay, so actually that's a good question, but I think before I pick up okay, that's our chat timer. Before I pick up the next book, I'll have to update my Storygraph, Goodreads, my reading spreadsheet to update me finishing Just for the Summer, adding some notes in, whatever. Then I will start reading Maharlika Volume 1. So this is a graphic novel and it's the first volume of the series. Volume 2 just came out like days ago or last weekend. And it looks so promising. Like the art is so good and it just looks like right up my alley. I picked this up because I feel like it's going to be a quick read before I jump back to reading Plot Twist. Because like I think I mentioned it yesterday during the live stream that I was part of, that Plot Twist, even though it's short and people have finished it in a very short time, I think it's one of those books that I have to pause when it comes to reading and like go back to it when I'm ready. So yeah, maybe after finishing Maharlika, I will go back to reading Plot Twist. Reading just a few more comments before we start sprint number 4, which will be the last sprint. I don't know if you will be live still when I get back, but if not, enjoy your sprints, everyone. Wish me luck. Yes, good luck, Rouge. Good luck. I know you're going to do great. You're very passionate about 17, so it would just flow naturally with you. Good luck. I do have one more sprint to go, so that would be another 40 minutes. Pam says, I'm going to say bye-bye. I have school tomorrow and have to sleep. Hopefully I can finish a sprint with some other time. Happy reading, everyone, and good night. Thank you, Ate Pao. Aw, thank you for joining, Pam. Thank you, and I will see you on the next one. Definitely. Rouge says it's a good thing that you can relate to the characters, of course. It's a new subscriber here. Thanks, Patricia. Thanks for dropping by, popping in to say hello, and hope everyone gets some good reading in today. And if you're not staying, Patricia, thanks for dropping by. But if you are, let me know what you're going to be doing, what you're going to be reading. Bana says, so good. Maharlika is so good, but Putin, it's good. Volume 2 is out already. Have you read, are you sticking with like each volume, as in like you're reading each volume, or are you also considering to read it in the author's website, like where it's uploaded? Because like I know outside of like beyond volume 2, the chapters are out already on that website. I forgot what the website is, but it's definitely out. And with that, have sprint number 4 setting up, and I will do some update on my reading spreadsheet, etc. for the summer, and then I will jump back to and I will start reading Maharlika, and I will see you all after 40 minutes. Happy reading! Hello, everyone. How was our fourth and last sprint? Wait, I was able to finish just for the summer, right? During the third sprint. Yeah. So I was updating my reading spreadsheet, Storygraph, Goodreads, whatever. So I did that, and I didn't read during the fourth sprint. What I did was, again, aside from updating my reading stats, whatever, I started going through the footages that I shot today. I think I had a pretty productive day because, like, I was able to take some photos, shoot a video for Booktube and for TikTok and Instagram. I don't want to jinx it, but I could start editing it tomorrow. Maybe some of them I can post for tomorrow already because, like, I have two content that's short form. I'm getting way ahead of myself, but taking it one content at a time. Um, so yeah, I started going through the footages, categorizing which ones will be for this content, and um, I think I might start editing one tonight even. So how about you guys? How was sprint number 4? I'm gonna go through some of the comments. Okay, this was the last one from Bana. Yeah. Substack. That's what I was thinking about. Read a few there, but I don't think I'm updated anymore. I'll use this last sprint to tidy up my space. Good idea. Because, like, at some point when I was going through some of the footages, as in the video, as it was a sit down video, and I was looking at the footage and I was like, is it the way that my camera was set up? But, like, why is the bookshelf kind of like leaning in a certain angle, like not straight? And I was like, so I had to go to my shelf and be like, what is going on? Is it too heavy? So, like, now when I post this video, it's going to be obvious where the bookshelf is kind of skewed like that. So I think the top part or middle part of the shelf is already, like, kind of heavy. So it's leaning towards the right. So that's going to be a problem for future Pam. For this sprint, ako naman nag-prep and had dinner. This had been fun. I might sign off for sprint 4, filling out my mood if I should start, feeling out my mood if I should start my next book tonight. Bahala na, but thanks, Mom. Yes, thanks for joining, Jen. I just saw your IG story, actually, that your husband also started reading what you were supposed to read, and that's really great. I loved having you in the sprints, and I hope I can see you in the next ones. And I hope you enjoyed the sprints, like, now that you've experienced what it is. Patricia says, I'm currently reading Phantasma on page 68 and hoping to make a dent in it today. Did you just start reading it today? Or Phantasma is the one with the dark romance, correct? Because, like, I know this is also part of a series, and I am picturing the book cover in my mind right now. I know it's red, maybe has a skull in it, if I'm picturing it correctly. Thanks for joining, Bana. Good night, and I hope I see you on the next one. Jen says, gotta go. I had planned to start my next read, Stories of Filipino Atheists, but it caught Hobby's attention and he started reading it before dinner, and now tinuloy niya na and mukhang determined siya to finish it. I can tell him na babasahin ko sana, dapat chill na lang muna ako sa tabi niya. Anyway, good night, everyone. So Jen was saying that she has a book that she was supposed to read, but her husband picked it up and started reading it. So now she's just gonna hang out. And yes, thank you for joining, Jen. I hope I see you in the next one. And let me know how the sprints was for you. Like, what was the experience like as a first timer? Claude says, the game just started in my heart. I'm enjoying Sunrise on the Reaping so much. Y'all were right. Yes, I know. Oh my gosh. Girl, you have to get ready. Because, like, I know, even though you've read the original trilogy, and it wasn't Catching Fire where Haymitch's games was kind of shown because, like, PETA and Katniss kind of watched it, like the footages from the capital, but nothing would prepare you for it. Like, nothing would prepare you for the experience of the heartbreak that Sunrise will bring. Because, like, somehow I was like, I do not remember any of this happening in Catching Fire, but apparently, the irony there is like Katniss and PETA are only seeing what the capital spliced together, like versus what we are getting from Haymitch's perspective, which is the beauty of it. Because, like, even though there were some parts that would be familiar to you if you've read Catching Fire, like there are some deaths that happen that were already mentioned in Catching Fire, but like nothing would prepare you still once you've read it. Grace got into 62% into Wild Dark Shore. And to think that you started at 39% before the sprint. That is really good progress. Proud of you, Grace. I love that for you. Claude says, if I didn't have work tomorrow, I would push to finish this tonight, but also I don't have anything too important happening that I can pull off an all-nighter. Do you go to the office tomorrow or do you work from home? Because, like, if you're going to be working from home, you can pull an all-nighter. Because, like, I feel like I would if I had enough time. Because, like, I spent, like, almost a month just reading Sunrise, and it's not for the lack of, like, interest. I really love it. It's more like I didn't have the time. But I feel like if I did, like, if there was one long weekend that happened, I would have finished it in, like, a day or two. It's that good. Go to the office, but my boss is out of the country and my supervisor is on leave. Girl, you already know what you're going to do. You're giving me hints, and the answer is yes. Pull an all-nighter. No, I'm being a bad influence, but, like, only read until, like, where you could survive, like, without being sleepy or falling asleep in the middle of it. So, but girl, I want you to finish it already. So I am encouraging you to finish it tonight. But it's definitely gonna ruin you. Love that for you. Love that you're finally experiencing it. I will wait for your thoughts, as in, like, I need to know your immediate thoughts after. I mean, if you're gonna send a video, a voice message, I would love that. Because, like, I was unwell after reading Sunrise. Because, like, even now that, not to be vain or anything, not to toot my own horn or whatever, but, like, when I was watching the reel that I posted about it, where it was really, like, raw thoughts, raw emotions. I didn't edit the video. I still get teared up about it. Like, when I was watching it, I'm like, no, I remember how heartbroken I was and whatever. But yeah, here for the experience. I think you know what my choice is. Yes. And with that, I'm gonna close off the live sprint for now. But if you still want to join some sprints, I have a Google Sheet linked in my description below. It has, like, a list of different creators who are doing their live sprint or have scheduled it. So it's separated according to, like, tabs of, like, per day, which creators are doing it. So yeah, you can check that out. And it's a public spreadsheet, so you can check that out anytime and share it. And as for the next sprint, with Pam from This Book Belongs to Pam. It's not going to happen this weekend for sure because I have an out of town thing with friends, and it's going to be from Saturday to Sunday. So I definitely won't be able to do some sprints. But the following Sunday, which would be May 11. May 11 is the tentative schedule for the next sprint, and it's going to be on my channel. But I will be joined by the other Pam. This book belongs to Pam, and I hope to see you all there. Thank you to everyone who joined, made a dent in their book, cleaned up their room, did chores, whatever. Proud of y'all for making progress. Love that for us. And I was able to finish my book. So that's also a great win for today. And with that, I will see you on the next one, friends. Bye.